Oh, it's time to record a sponsorship. This video is sponsored by Titan Mattress. Did you know you spend just about a third of your life sleeping? I mean, if it were up to me, it'd be even more than that, maybe even a fourth. With Titan Mattress, you can make sure that your night's sleep is gonna be even better than it was before, because if you're rocking like a low quality mattress, man, you feel the difference in the morning. And Titan, they test their mattresses. They test it over twice as many times as their competitors. Over 200,000 rolls. That's like how many times I roll. I roll a lot, I toss and turn, and baby, I need a durable mattress. But don't just ask me. Ask poor Stephan, who before Titan was sleeping on basically a stack of cardboard boxes and cinder blocks. Stephan, how much has your life changed since you've gotten Titan mattress?
Ever since we moved to LA back in like October of 2024, I have been sleeping on a futon. And now I have a Titan mattress, and I can tell you it's definitely better than a futon on a metal box. But also, this is definitely like the best mattress I've ever owned.
Not only that, but they ship directly from their Arizona facility straight to your door, and they offer a limited lifetime warranty. So with Titan mattress, it's hard to go wrong. You're gonna sleep better, your back's gonna feel better, you're gonna wake up feeling much more energized, and gosh darn it, you ain't gonna break that thing super easy, not like their competitors' mattresses. And we got a special offer for everybody. If you go to titanmattress.com/bento and use the code BENTO at checkout, you can get 30% off your order at Titan Mattress. That's 30% off wonderful sleep that you could be having right now, that I could be having, if only I didn't have to record an ad for Titan Mattress. So thank you, Titan Mattress, for sponsoring this video. And now, back to my delicious dreams.
Oh no, it's Freddy Krueger. He's in your dreams. You must become a dream warrior.
Welcome back to 4-Star Bento.
We're here to talk a thing.
Yeah, we talk about stuff.
What are we talking about?
I don't know why I'm opening the video like this.
I don't know. That's just the energy you came in with.
We yes-anded you. I don't know.
Today we're going to be talking about there's a gun to your head right now. Fuck! And you have to adapt an anime into a live-action movie. You have no choice. If you don't do it, it can be a TV show.
Okay, good. I was going to say movie specifically. I don't know,
It has to be live-action, though. Okay. And if you don't do it, if you say no, they'll shoot you in the fucking face.
I got scared and I shitted.
Well, as long as you also come up with a live-action pitch.
Oh, good. Okay.
Then you won't get shot in the face.
I shitted again.
And if you do anything else, you will get shot in the face.
I've actually thought about this like a little bit, and it like there are some things like like anime that got transitioned into some sort of live action form that I actually think worked fairly well. Like I liked the Wachowskis' Speed Racer. And that's like something that was like hyper stylized with like
it's
a
become
big
like
budget.
a cult classic now for people.
I still genuinely enjoy it. And there are like certain shows that I feel, while not great, certainly better than others. Mm-hmm. There are some things that translate very well. Like I think the fighting choreography in the Yu Yu Hakusho live action was actually pretty damn good. Like definitely one of its strongest points.
If it had been an actual TV show.
Yeah, like if they actually gave it like a couple of seasons
to tell multiple seasons worth of story instead of put it all in like 6 episodes.
Yeah.
That was so disappointing.
Yeah, and Cowboy Bebop could have been good too. They just suffered from
their production design was great.
Yeah, fantastic. I even think like the action was good in that. Some of the comedy beats were good. They just kind of neutered a couple of very key characters, very unfortunately. And
also bad casting for Vicious. No hate to the actor, just bad casting. And also we didn't need to see Vicious's life.
Yeah,
who gives a shit?
Well, and the fact that they like super neutered him, he got the wind taken right out of his bad guy sails.
The more you see of him, the less he's interesting.
Yeah,
they like go into like what he's doing while the Bebop is doing like bounty hunting stuff.
Yeah,
like his personal life.
Yeah,
and he's just like whiny. I mean, annoying.
They tried to make the show too serial instead of like letting it be Monster of the Week.
It's an episodic concept. That's great for TV.
Yeah.
Just make a good TV show.
Yeah, hearing that, it makes me sad. I'm like, why didn't you do what we liked about the
I like
anime?
the cast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to doing stuff like that, I feel like I honestly have one that kind of came to mind. Big O.
Okay. I know essentially nothing about Big O.
Same. But I think you can make...
Then we're starting this on a good foot.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Look, Big O is essentially like a kind of like a noir detective thing, but with a giant robot that helps him, like, solve like the big bad robot problems at the end.
Okay.
So like you can do something very well with that. I guess like in my head, I see like a Robert Pattinson type as like the lead dude.
Pattinson does like anime.
Mm-hmm. We
He's
know
a nerd.
this. Yeah. He was in the Ghiblies.
It is known.
Yeah, this is known. But I can see like a Robert Pattinson type kind of in the lead on this one. And a good majority of the show is just like him doing detective work and like running around trying to like solve these crimes. Like he's almost like anime Batman is kind of like what it is. But he has a giant robot instead of being Batman. So you can just have like these little detective thrillers where every now and again he's got to fight like another giant robot.
I wish I could riff more on this if I knew anything about Big O.
Big O is the robot.
And I didn't know that until you just said it.
Yeah.
Whenever I hear the title, I'm like, oh, a big cum.
I'm not into like mecha anime. Like I never really got into Gundam, except for like G Gundam, but that's a different beast entirely.
Yeah, G Gundam's the only one I ever watched.
Like Big O was the only one that like really kind of kept me interested just through its kind of tone. It does feel very Cowboy Bebop in its like aesthetic.
That said, like the stuff that like the Gundam stuff that Gundam fans like could absolutely be adapted into good like Battlestar Galactica-esque TV
for
shows.
sure. Yeah.
Like you can make a really good show out of that.
You absolutely could.
Like, because like the big robot stuff is in there, but it's not like the thing. Like the politics and like the political machinations are the thing. So that could make a great TV show.
Yeah, you can make it very like you could very easily make a sort of like Game of Thrones-esque epic out of Gundam.
Adapt that iconic scene of the girl like, I invite you to my birthday party. He tears up the thing and throws it. And she goes, but why? And he slaps her in the face and goes, I'll kill you. And then the music gets really intense. They should adapt that shot for shot.
Honestly, that would be like a very easy one to turn into like a big like space like opera.
No, yeah, like again, like Battlestar Galactica was a thing nearly 20 years ago. And so what you can do now is crazy.
Gundam is still huge.
Yeah. No, you could bring Gundam to an entirely new audience by making it like an HBO series.
Like, I feel like Warhammer 40K is currently going through this renaissance where like, oh, now all of a sudden it's starting to get into mainstream because, even like certain celebrities are coming out saying like they're into the hobby.
Liking Warhammer 40K, the game, is definitely different from telling a story, though, as we've seen with, like, Living World of Warcraft, the game, and trying to make that into a movie.
But if you just, like, go in, like, you understand the lore of the universe and don't feel pressured to follow a specific story of that lore, but just do in-universe stories. I think that's the biggest problem with, like, most adaptations is they feel the need to tell you the story of what happened.
Yeah, especially for stuff that's, like, lore-based, where it's, like, mostly just lore.
Yeah.
We don't need to... The lore's... It's history. It's not necessarily interesting to explore lore. It's interesting to explore stories and characters.
I like the idea of exploring the world more is kind of like what gets me into something.
Because like for like a World of Warcraft thing, like or Warhammer, like an anthology show where like you explore little stories here and there, just anywhere in the world. But that would probably be better animated than live action. And also, those aren't anime, are they? We're getting off topic.
a little bit, but it's kind of part of the same principle because it's not really necessarily about like, oh, what anime like makes for good live action. It's like what makes a good adaptation.
I guess I did specifically say anime.
Yeah, but we can focus on anime.
One Piece season 2's coming out, trying to be topical.
Which I guess is a good question. Like, how do you feel about like the adaptation of One Piece so far?
I think it's mostly good.
I would agree.
Not great. I think if it gets people into One Piece, that's great.
Sure.
I do think it's still better told, even with bad pacing, in the anime or the manga.
Yeah.
And there's certain decisions they made where I'm like, why the fuck did you do that?
There's one decision that they made that I thought was actually beneficial, and that was introducing like seeding like Garp earlier.
That's fine. I could go without it, but it doesn't hurt it much. But I think like stuff like the way they changed Nami's story to be like, actually the town 100% believed this child was at fault for working with Arlong is like crazy thing to change, because that undercuts her story of people actually cared about her all along, and she wasn't actually as isolated and alone as she thought. That's a much more powerful story than actually they did hate her, but they were wrong.
Yeah.
No, that undercuts what her story is, which is that people have cared about her this whole time.
Yeah, 'cause I did really like the Arlong Park story in the anime, because like Luffy's just like wandering around the whole time. He's like, oh, you're gonna go into your boohoo backstory? I don't give a shit. I'm gonna be over here. I'm waiting for Nami to decide she wants to come back. You know,
Well, and specifically, he listens when one of the Straw Hats tells their story to him.
Yeah.
But if someone else is telling him their story, he doesn't want to hear it.
It's like, I don't need to hear this. I'm gonna go over here.
But also, they also changed small things like killing Mary in the Syrup Village arc, which is completely unnecessary. I don't mind like the whole like trapped in a house thing. That makes that definitely more interesting than the way
hiring 1,000 extras.
Well, yeah, and like having like this thing with like a pit or something that outside.
The greasy hill.
It gives it a vibe that's not going to be in the rest of the series, so that's cool. But there was no reason to kill off Mary. It adds a weird amount of stakes to what should be a lower stakes adventure, and it makes stuff that happens. I think the idea is that it'll make stuff that happens later with the ship more emotional. But I don't think you need that, and you better not cut the ferry thing. You got to keep the ferry.
Oh, like the little umberkin or whatever they call it.
A Klabauterman. You have to keep that because it is. I showed that scene to Jesse out of context, and he cried.
Yeah.
It is so genuinely great.
It does make me wonder, like, what they're going to condense, like. Because, like, do you think they're going to do like the totality of Skypiea, or do you think they're going to start mixing arcs together for that?
I think
that's one Piece is fucking long.
Yes, but I do think that this team genuinely cares about One Piece. And so far, they're doing like everything leading up to Alabasta without going to Alabasta.
Yeah.
So they're being like, if they feel like a pressure to move forward faster than they might, I wouldn't mind them changing vast amounts of the Thriller Bark arc to not suck. Thriller Bark has some good stuff in it, but it's mostly bad, and then the ending's amazing.
I love the opening and the ending of Thriller Bark.
Exactly.
They seem like they're taking a lot of thought and care into the casting, which I really appreciated.
Yes.
Like when the announcements for season 1 came out, I was like, oh, this might actually be good. Like looking how diverse and like accurate the casting is. Like a Mexican guy as Luffy is great.
Brazilian.
Is he Brazilian?
The actor's Mexican, but it is based on Oda saying that Luffy would be Brazilian in like a real life sense.
Yeah. So to take the time to like actually care.
Yeah, somebody who's Hispanic.
I'm like, oh, that really means a lot. Actually, that's very cool.
Exactly. Like I that attention to detail is important, I think.
Like the cast, like. Casting is a tough thing to do because
especially for One Piece,
but like for any adaptation, like you need to be very careful when you're casting specific characters, which is why like I sometimes feel like it's easier to adapt something that like people don't consider like they don't hold it in such high regard. Like how would you do like another one that might actually work in live action could be something like Berserk.
Yes, that would make for a very good, very solid live action adaptation.
Get like an Alan Richson type to play Guts. He's the guy that plays Reacher. Like he's just 6'3", built like a brick shit house, but you can still find people bigger than him if you need that.
That's what I was thinking.
I have a very not typical answer, but I think it's actually a really good answer.
Yeah.
People might cringe at this, but I think it's actually good. I think Taylor Lautner would make a great Guts.
That's
the guy who played Jacob in Twilight.
Yeah. I've never considered.
I don't know what he's been up to lately, but he's still acting. He has the shape.
He's still acting. He has the shape. He's still really buff. He's even buffer now. He's in shape for it, and I think he's a solid actor.
Funny enough, I'm picturing like what his hair looked like when he was doing Twilight and the little spikes. And
it's
I see
really
Guts
similar to Guts. Like he actually does look like Guts. He even has like the skin tone.
That's fun
of Guts because Guts has a darker skin tone.
I hadn't never considered that.
The question with like a Berserk is how do you like make the Dragon Slayer look wieldable and good?
CG. You have the hilt.
You give him like a little pole to swing.
Yeah, like he has like a light prop for when it's on his back, and then when he needs to wield it, you get a heavy CG hilt that will be replaced with CG stuff.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of like using practical stuff when you can using CGI to like make it zhuzh it up, make it look a little cooler.
And that stuff's important also. Like they should have like a real life prop on set as well to like have around as reference for the animators so that they can make something that looks really good.
Right.
It seems like a huge thing that like I think all of us have been like, that sucks when we've seen it. It has been when a practical effect looks really cool and then they CGI too much of it and smooth it out and then it looks worse than what it is in real life.
Like a little uncanny.
Like that it's that thing that really pisses me off about fucking Spider-Man costumes in the MCU movies. I like, you know, I still think No Way Home. Not No Way Home. I don't like No Way Home that much. I still think Spider-Man Homecoming is a really good Spider-Man movie. I recently found out it was written by the guys who did the D&D movie, and I'm like, that's why it was better. But yeah, like the fact that they smooth out the Spider-Man costume, like it doesn't need to be fucking smooth all the time. Just make a good fucking costume. And it seems like Tom Holland is kind of on board with that as well. He's been talking about how he's really happy with the costume that they have for the new movie because it's like it's he can move well in it. Yeah. It looks good on camera. So which I think means that he wants it to just be the on camera thing and they're not spending a shit ton of money replacing his entire performance.
Awesome. That makes me happy to think about. Yeah, I hope so, because somewhere recently where I've been noticing it and people have been pointing it out on Instagram and stuff like that has been like Wicked Part 1 and 2. They made so many wonderful practical like, you know, the train is practical, this is practical, this and this.
But the entire movie still looks like a cartoon.
Yeah, like there's a lot of movies that are just kind of looking like that. Yeah, in a bad way, because like you look at the practical effects of like behind the scenes of a certain costume and it looks incredible, and then in the movie it doesn't look very good. And I'm like, whoa, it looks great in real life. How did this happen?
Circling back to live action One Piece, I think that's actually one of the best things about that show is that they have like a bunch of like great set design and cartoony, like fucking, they had the snails. They're just puppets.
Oh yeah.
And I like that they're little puppets.
They look like little Star Wars Muppets.
And they even like updated them to like have the modern idea of what the snails are, where they're all like individually adapted to like match whoever has their snail. So they're all dressed up.
That's so that's so cute. I forgot about that.
Yeah, and that was like, it's a more recent modern One Piece thing where like they all get dressed up.
They were doing it back in like the Water 7, because I've been recently rewatching through One Piece.
But they weren't doing it at the very beginning.
It took a second, but like even in Water 7, like, you know, it had the mankind mask on when Spandam was talking. and stuff.
I think that's about when it started happening.
Yeah.
And that's a great thing about live action One Piece is that like they're willing, you know, it's best for it to be a cartoon because I think One Piece is inherently about almost being a cartoon sometimes.
Yeah, Luffy's superpower is literally he's a cartoon.
Is that he can make the world run on Toon logic.
Yeah, he has Toon Force. That's his power.
But, you know, they're at least doing the next best thing, which is embracing the cartooniness of the series.
Yeah, I think a lot of, like, unfortunately, cartoons still get a bad rep in, like, it's getting better, but like they get a bad rep of people from people in the industry for years where they're like, oh, well, that's not serious. That's not, you know, whatever. And now we're like, no, adults love cartoons. Cartoons are for everyone. Like,
animation's a medium. It's not a genre.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's frustrating.
They got
still
snubbed.
have to say that.
Yeah. They got snubbed with awards and stuff for years and years.
It's tough coming down to like the look and stuff. Cause like the costume design in One Piece, how they like make everybody look like, you know, a real pro cosplay version of the character from the anime, but that can also kind of like backfire in things like some of the less well received live action things like JoJo and Bleach, where characters are like dressed very much like they look like in the anime, but it looks so out of place that it just doesn't fit.
You got to find the balance.
Yeah.
Of like you want to stay true to it while also, you know, making it feel somewhat grounded in whatever world you're building.
Yeah.
So if the rest of the world feels just like our world, I think that's part of why it works for One Piece, is that they build a world that doesn't feel like our world.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like our world.
Yeah.
So the wackiness is fine.
Do you think like a Hunter x Hunter show could work as well as like a One Piece show has?
I think the hardest part with Hunter x Hunter is that the age of the characters is so young and kind of has to be that way.
Yeah.
So I think that locks it into animation when it comes to telling the story well.
Yeah. So I mean, even as it is like with One Piece, if they do continue on and like actually try to tell the story, they're going to be like 50 by the time the show ends.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough. I imagine they might start trying to like film multiple seasons at once,
which is what they should be doing in general, I feel. But
yeah, hopefully not through that fucked up Netflix way of like, oh, well, actually, this thing that we're going to split into multiple seasons is a single season order, so we're going to pay you less than you would be paid otherwise.
Well, usually it's like an episode order, right? Like,
well, they have a season order that gets split into multiple seasons.
Okay, so it's like, oh yeah, we're buying 116 episode season, but
then like they release it as
8 and 8.
eight episode seasons.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Industry
Yeah,
stuff.
and
That's
that means people don't get the pay raises they get for being in a show that's doing well enough to get multiple seasons.
Yeah.
And then you run into like a different adaptation problem, which is like just not being true to the characters, like with live action Death Note.
Yes, which was which was going to be my pitch. You
have like an actual
I have
idea
an actual
for a Death
pitch
Note?
for a live action Death Note.
You keep Willem Dafoe, right?
Maybe I don't care about that part.
I do.
I care.
But my pitch is that if you really want to adapt Death Note into like a show for one, not a movie, because you just can't tell that long running cat and mouse game in a movie. But also, I think you don't adapt the original story at all.
Okay.
You tell a new story using the same mechanics and with a new cat and mouse dynamic.
Like would this be a world where like the Kira already exists, or would this be
that's what I think. I think it's like a pseudo sequel where like the Kira stuff's like well in the past. Like it happened when the anime or manga hit. So it's like, oh, back in like 2004, there was this whole Kira thing that happened. It was really weird.
Kind of like Beyond Birthday or whatever it's called.
Kind of, yes. It's a spin-off Death Note thing. And so you just tell like Reef just like drops it in America and someone else picks it up who is not Light.
So it's not Light Turner.
Yeah. And then you sort of like you create your own cat and mouse dynamic that's similar to the Light and Elf thing, but explored in an entirely different way, but using the same sort of structure of that game and how it's being played, and just come up with your own really good story that is canonically sort of a pseudo sequel.
Would you tell it from the perspective of the owner or from the detective?
Well, that's the interesting thing, right?
Yeah.
Is that you could do either. I think maybe you start with the detective. That's the most interesting place to start, is at that mystery angle.
Yeah.
What kind of a tone would you give it? Would you be like kind of like Fincher-esque, like
David
Seven
Fincher
kind of?
David Fincher is 100% my like that. Like honestly, this is kind of like a like weird to say nowadays, but like House of Cards is my thing of like that's what you want a live action Death Note to kind of feel like, is how this David
The world's
Fincher,
like a little dirty.
yeah, where like the world feels a little dirty, a little like fucked up in a way that's like an exaggeration of real world corruption,
but still like,
but feels kind of grounded in its own theatrical way.
Yeah.
And so you have that sort of like theatrical Fincher griminess in this detective story. And I think you can make a genuinely great TV show if you just let go of the idea that you have to actively adapt that story and instead focus on adapting the concept of the story and the thing that really works about it, which is not that Light and L are in the story. It's that this guy gets a notebook that can kill people, based on all these like interesting rules, and he has to follow these rules while also avoiding an incredibly intelligent detective who is trying to solve these unsolvable murders.
Yeah, like
that's what's fascinating.
I like the idea of that. Like honestly, you have this like guy that's like trying to solve these murders, and then maybe like halfway through the season, you finally have him like run into the guy, and like I know it's him. But now I have to prove it.
How the
and
fuck
then
do you prove this?
Yeah, and then you can like Last of Us Part 2 it, where then you go back in time and you see it from the book guy's perspective.
Well, and here's my other thing. I think you flip the dynamic a bit.
Okay.
So I think you make the sort of Light figure a cop.
Okay.
A detective. Someone who he didn't catch that fucking guy who he knows did it, but he has the Death Note now. He can kill the guys he knows did it, but he can't prove it. And then the L figure is a sort of hacker
PI type.
Like guy who's like a normal person who's like trying to
maybe
solve
like
these weird,
or like a journalist or something.
I think literally involved in crime.
Okay.
I think like someone he cares about, and maybe not involved in crime, but like his brother or something was killed for something he didn't, like dies for something he didn't do. He's like, I gotta figure out what the fuck's going. How did this happen? Then he looks into other similar things that have been happening in his area, like maybe set in Philadelphia or something, like an interesting city. And
like his brother did like a hit and run or like drunk driving, but like got off kind of light.
Yeah. And just sort of explore like this thing of like he didn't get his due process. Because the other thing is what's interesting about the original Death Note is the exploration of what is justice, right? What is the right thing to do in terms of punitive measures for crimes. And L is like, I need to find this person. I need to prove that they did it beyond a shadow of a doubt, and they need to go to court because that is how our justice system works, and that is more correct than just killing people who you believe are done something wrong. And these two characters are these polar opposite, because Light's like, no, I'm going to kill the guilty, the criminals, the filth, right? Like, and so you have these, but if you make it a little more nuanced, you have these still the same basically perspectives, but from this different angle. Because you're having the people who represent the law having this more draconic idea of justice, which is more accurate to real life, right? But you make it a little more nuanced where like he is killing bad people, and have them challenge their ideas on like what the right thing to do is in this scenario. Yeah,
you can almost have like that sort of like law-abiding citizen-esque kind of feel to it. One thing that I feel like Death Note never really explored that you can kind of play with a bit more is the fact that when you're writing down how the person dies, you can kind of do like a little Final Destination kind of thing to it too, where it's like, okay, these people are dying in like weird Rube Goldbergian ways.
And yet, so you could have like the detective, for instance, jumping off of that, try to make them like thematically feel right. So he's like, they die from something that's thematically relevant to the crime.
Like a little
I think
poetic.
they did.
Like a jigsaw.
But the thing is that sort of like egotistical, like I'm an artist almost like way of approaching it can lead to clues to how to catch him. Because like, you know, the whole thing is like this God complex of like, well, no one can stop me. And also like that's the other thing that's interesting about Death Note, right? It's like the idea of like, if you are completely unaccountable, who do you become with absolute power over life and death of other people?
Totally. Yeah, it's very accurate. It's a commentary on like kind of what's happening like right now in history of this thing of like people with power doing bad stuff and this and what is justice, like you were talking about before. And
we can explore it in our way instead of like the way that was very specific to Japan in the original Death Note.
Yeah, and at what point does it become kind of like a doomsday scenario where like all of a sudden, you know, politicians start dropping?
Exactly. Well, and that my other thought is like, and this is like if you were to get, you know, hey, if someone out there owns the rights to Death Note and wants to talk to us, yeah, I got a lot in the chamber.
Ideas.
We could have a general.
But my other thought is like I think this initial cat and mouse game lasts for maybe like 2 seasons. But I think after like 2 to 3 seasons of like this cat and mouse game, you have the detective get caught, die, whatever you want it to be, and then the guy who's been looking for him has the Death Note now, and now he has to consider,
what do you do with it?
What do I do with this? And maybe is he tempted to use it against people who he knows are corrupt, who are in power, and maybe even explore, is it right to do that? Actually, maybe it is. If you're killing people in power who are taking advantage of the people, is there a good way to use the Death Note? And that's an entire new show that you've made into the same show.
Yeah, and I love that. It
gives it a new breath of life.
Yeah, no, I love that because that also solves the problem of a lot of people's complain about Death Note. The anime is just that once L is gone, people are like, it's boring now, which I disagree with. I think it's fine, but it's just not as exciting.
As good. I agree that it's not as good, but I still think it's good.
Its second part isn't as good as the first part.
I think it should have been shorter. I think that's honestly the bigger thing, is that was a third act that just needed to be shorter.
Totally, yeah, because I also have that opinion of like I like Mello and Nier. I like them. It's just,
but they're not as engaging.
And L is so fucking cool and funny that I fucking love L. So anything without him is going to be a little lackluster in comparison.
And I think maybe honestly the biggest thing that makes that part like more of a slog is that it's not funny enough.
Yeah.
The first half of Death Note is so funny.
Yeah. When you take away a little of that humor.
That said, the moment where L dies is such a great moment of storytelling. It's so good. Totally. And I wouldn't want to sacrifice that for anything. And every adaptation does sacrifice it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, no, that moment is so good. I don't want, like, I want L to win, but I don't want him to win as someone who likes good stories.
Totally. No, because I agree with your point of doing a different story, because we have the anime, we have the manga, we have the Japanese movies, and we have a Netflix English movie. I don't want to see it adapted again. I'm fine. Let's do another new story. I really agree with that.
It kind of goes back to that. You want to tell a story in the world, which like isn't quite an adaptation of the material, but it is an adaptation of the world itself, which frankly more people are interested in, like the concepts that you're playing with.
Exactly. Yeah. I think and that also sells Death Note to people who don't care about the anime.
Yeah.
Which is also something you need. You need people who don't care about the anime to watch the show. That's what makes it profitable.
Yeah.
But I also think that's what makes it for a better show, more importantly.
Whenever I'm talking to my friends who don't like anime or just haven't seen a lot of it, when I'm trying to pitch them a first anime to watch, it's either FMA Brotherhood or it's Death Note. And with Death Note, I describe it as, it's not a 1-to-1 or anything, but I say it's like anime Breaking Bad, where it has a lot of similarities of like this guy you're maybe not supposed to like.
It's a thriller. Yeah.
It's a thriller. There's someone chasing him. And,
Yeah.
you know, is he going to find out who he is?
Like,
This is
yeah,
this.
like Breaking Bad, Dexter, like
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
It's like you're saying, it's difficult to like, that's the challenge, is getting someone who doesn't like anime into a live action adaptation. Be like, well, actually, I think you'll like this because this and this.
But yeah, I definitely, I clearly thought,
have a lot of
thought
ideas for it,
deeply
yeah.
about like what a good Death Note show would be. And like, I've even
Totally.
had the thought, like, I could just take all this, transplant it to something that's not Death Note, and I have a great show.
Yeah.
So,
That's what everyone's doing nowadays.
You have a great like
and I don't even mind putting this into content because you know what? Like,
whatever.
I can have ideas.
You can still do it.
But like executing them is a whole other thing.
Yeah.
I trust my execution of an idea. I don't necessarily like yeah, I can like you can throw out any idea and have it someone else does it and it's bad. I don't fucking care. You can have the idea.
It's about nailing that vibe.
Exactly.
It's a vibe check. Like another one that I'm thinking about, which isn't quite anime, but is definitely very anime adjacent. The Ace Attorney series. People love courtroom dramas, and the thing that really makes those games work are the big characters, the funny dialogue, and things like that. Like you can very easily make like a really good Ace Attorney procedural.
You could. They haven't done it yet because they made an anime that wasn't good.
Yeah, but you could. Is the thing.
Yeah, I was just thinking Ace Attorney when you were talking about that.
The thing about Ace Attorney as well is like it's set in a weird world.
Yeah.
Where
Guilty until proven innocent.
guilty to like the law.
And you find the person that did it.
And also the lawyer is also a detective.
Yeah.
Doing the detective's job while the detective's kind of bumbling around, being likable but stupid.
Yeah, so you have to know like absolutely nothing about the law in order to like get into it. But
Yeah, or it just seems to be such a weird world that like their laws just work different.
Yep.
And that's just how it is.
and they only got the one judge.
And you know, you talk
He
to
oversees
ghosts.
every case.
He never sleeps. He's constantly being a judge.
And also sometimes magic's involved.
Yeah. Sometimes there's magic.
Throw a little magic in the mix.
Sometimes your psychic friend gets really boobily.
Yeah, weird.
Get possessed by their older sister who was also killed.
Yeah. Jesse, did you have a pitch? Because we've given some pitches.
I have an opposite pitch where I would like to adapt a live action property into
Animeify
an anime.
something?
Yeah. I would love to see Knives Out. Something people have been talking about lately because I'm a huge fan of Knives Out and like all three movies. I'm lucky enough that I got to see all three in theaters. Like, I'm
nice.
like, ooh, I gotta get in there. Rian Johnson is one of my favorite directors. I've loved what he's done with Poker Face. I've loved what he's done with this. And something I've seen people talking about is like, well, why are we calling it a Knives Out mystery for the second movie and the third movie? Maybe Benoit Blanc is like,
Yeah, it's just be a Benoit
I
Blanc.
mean, that's what Ryan Johnson wanted, was for them to be called a Benoit Blanc mystery.
totally, because that makes sense. It's like, that's the guy. I get that Knives Out is a successful name, but we don't have to keep attaching it and hoping people.
People too attached to brand.
Yeah. And I think a fun way to change that is to do something like an Adventures of Benoit Blanc kind of thing in an anime setting where like silly little anime things to it. Like what if like he has like a little a cat or a dog sidekick? I'm leaning more towards dog because I think cat's been done so many
And
times.
dogs sniff things out.
Yeah.
Dogs, ooh, yes, that's a really good point too. Yeah, like a little yellow lab, I think would be very cute to have him going around with. And at first you think it's just a little yellow lab, and then he starts communicating with the dog. I'm not sure if it's the dog can speak and just we got to hide that from other people, or if it's a telepathy thing. But I think the dog is actually a human woman. The woman was like murdered, and somehow her soul is in the dog.
Okay.
And so you have a through line throughout season
overarching
one.
plot.
Yeah, where like
We gotta figure out what's wrong with this dog.
Now, yeah,
Come on, Bessie.
you're trying to solve the murder while also Benoit is going around and solving little mysteries of the day.
may I suggest that the dog is a corgi,
Yeah, like a short,
and
like
that
a
this is
small
actually
dog.
set in Japan.
Oh, right, that's more of a dog that's
Like I don't know, corgis are just related to anime very often, but like it's just like the idea, or an Shiba Inu. That's maybe more of an overtly Japanese dog.
Oh yeah, maybe it should be a new then.
And this is actually just set in Japan. Like,
oh, that's interesting too. Yeah,
and he's like trying to like speak Japanese to people.
Konnichiwa.
That's
Konnichiwa.
fun. Yeah. If he's American, because my other thought was like, my character that I voice in Twisted Wonderland, Apple, he in the English adaptation, I don't know what order to tell this in, but basically, like, I have a Southern accent in America in our version of it.
Gotcha.
But in the game, the mobile game that it's based on,
it was like a rural Japan.
Yeah, I forget what it's called, but it's like a region or whatever that is supposed to be
I
the
always
equivalent of that.
Yeah.
I always forget as well.
So I was trying to figure out, like, is Benoit, is this a universe where he's
I think he's
there?
visiting Japan.
Visiting is funnier. I do like
I'm
that.
Sure, that's usually what happens.
I'm
Like,
pretty sure Benoit Blanc's also pretty popular in Japan. So I think like
he's world renowned. Like every time he meets somebody new, they tell us about a case that we never heard about.
I'm not even talking about canonically. I'm talking about in our universe. I'm pretty sure Japan also likes Benoit Blanc mysteries. So they probably just enjoy a series where he goes to Japan.
Yeah, both of those are true. Because like every time it's a running joke where every time he's in a new movie, someone's like, oh, like the racetrack.
From this mystery.
The photo finish. Like, and we don't know what that is. And that's really fun to keep dropping things in. Yeah. It's like the running joke with Kim Possible where she gets help from someone. She's like, thanks for giving us a lift in your airplane. And the guy's like, oh, after you saved us from the this, and this. That's so fun. And I love that because it also fills out the world even more than we know. I love having inside jokes with people and characters and stuff that we don't get to see. It makes us feel included in a way while also excluding us. I want to know more about the world when it happens.
Right.
I also like the idea of Benoit Blanc still like never doing any like action-y things or punching or anything like that. He's still just like sort of walking around being like, well, what? I say.
Yeah.
Foghorn Leghorning it up.
I think the Shiba Inu should be able to fight.
That's fun too. Yeah. What if she
was like a martial arts?
She was a martial arts. She knew like Krav Maga or some shit, and like
or Japanese martial art.
Yeah,
that's fun too. If she's in Japan.
It's very weird for the Shiba to know Israeli martial arts.
Have her know everything, you know.
But yeah, like, and so you just have the dog like fucking fighting.
Yeah, and she has to learn how to fight as a dog. Yeah. So she's a little clumsy at first. She's got a little legs.
Tiny dog.
Yeah, that's fun as hell. Ooh, I'm leaning now towards the dog actually being able to speak English, and they just have to hide it because then that can introduce like fun little things in the mysteries.
What if everybody else speaks Japanese and Benoit Blanc is the only one speaking English?
Ooh. I do like that.
And the dog is able to translate because she spoke both.
Oh, that's
she was
really
his friend.
Fun. Yeah, I love that. That's cute as hell.
She was like the daughter of like his old friend or something.
And you just have this little detective procedural.
Yeah.
Every episode, something like there's a new little mystery to crack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's so fun.
There's something afoot in the land of the rising sun.
Yeah, I want him to be the most Southern he's ever been. Like the isms and the, you know.
I think Daniel Craig would come back to voice this.
I would really argue to spend the money to get him to voice Benoit Blanc in it. I don't want a voice match. I want Daniel Craig in the booth.
Netflix would do it. Yes. And they would produce this.
Yeah, like kind of like the Scott Pilgrim anime. Like
yeah, exactly.
I want him, please. Ooh,
same studio.
Something fun. I want the protagonists of the first 3 movies to appear at some point, and we can get their actors too. I think that's so fun. Get them in the booth. I don't care if
they just all happen to be like visiting Japan for some reason.
Yes, I think that's so funny if it's like, oh, I happen to be in Kyoto right now.
A non-canon Knives Out mystery.
Yeah. I think that's fun as fuck because it's fun and it's also people who love the series would be like, that's happening, I gotta watch it. I wasn't gonna watch it, now I will.
I don't think Ryan Johnson would ever sign off on this show.
Ryan Johnson.
He doesn't even want to do the Muppet thing.
Ryan Johnson, can we get a general, please?
I get that he wants to like maintain like the integrity of like, this is this thing, what this thing is. It doesn't need to be anything else. It doesn't need to be a franchise.
And related to the Muppets, going back to the One Piece live action, I think it's fun to be like, yeah, viewers will respect the snails. Do the silly cartoony thing, because we believe Miss Piggy is real and our friend.
Yes.
She's the actress.
She is a star.
She is a star. No one is playing Miss Piggy. It is Miss Piggy.
Emma Stone recently said that about a movie that she's producing.
Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah.
Miss Piggy.
Emma Stone and Jennifer Lawrence, I believe, are making a Miss Piggy movie, and Cole...
Cola Escola?
Cola, who's also going to be in live action One Piece.
Yeah.
They're writing it, and I'm like, that's an amazing
That's
movie.
great. Yeah,
I can't wait to see that.
That's a great mix.
Yeah.
I hope that movie happens.
Someone asked Emma Stone, "Are you going to be playing Miss Piggy?" And she was like, "How dare you?"
Yeah, she looked almost genuinely offended.
Miss Piggy is Miss Piggy, and it was like everyone was in on the joke, but the interviewer was like, "I'm so sorry."
Yeah, she's like, you should feel bad.
You should. Like, yes, this is the attitude we need of the people making the Miss Piggy movie.
Honestly, like, I think the only thing keeping Muppets alive in the era of Disney is just the fact that celebrities fucking love the Muppets. Artists love the Muppets.
I love that, the whimsy.
Kind of like jumping over themselves just to like cameo in Muppet movies because that's like the thing. Like you want to be with the Muppets.
They'll take no money to be in a Muppets movie. It's just to fucking hang out with the Muppets.
Exactly.
Donald Glover was in a Muppets movie for like a half a second, and he was happy to do it.
Mm-hmm.
We respect the puppets. They're our friends and they're real.
I mean, remember the first Muppet movie has Orson Welles at the end.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
And he was happy to do it. There's an interview where he's like, I think the Muppets are one of the most creative things ever put on television.
Hell yeah. That rules.
He's not wrong.
No, and I love that Orson Welles, notorious grumpy man who hated everyone, loved the Muppets.
Talking about like the Transformers movies, like I play a toy that eats other toys.
I want to die. Oh, I did.
Yeah, that's such a beautiful thing that even the grumpiest grumps, you mention a Muppet and they're like,
the Muppets.
Okay, what anime do you think would be best adapted into a Muppet movie?
Maybe One Piece, honestly.
I was thinking One Piece.
You want something with that like cartoony energy.
You need some cartoony energy, but you need something that like, because what the Muppets do is they like condense it down. You don't want like a whole Muppet show. You need it to be like a Muppet movie. So
you want
adaptation.
a Muppet movie adaptation like the literature adaptations.
Yeah.
That's even harder,
isn't it? Though? But that's what makes this that's what makes it a challenge. Because Disney ain't gonna Disney ain't gonna fork out money for another Muppet show.
Because it's also something like you want them to like satire and parody a bit.
Yeah.
Not necessarily parody because they take the story seriously in a way, but like to like make jokey.
And you can have some live action people in there too. That's what makes it a Muppet thing.
Yeah. Because like the thing about the Muppet literary adaptations is that they did take the story seriously despite filling it with like Muppety jokes and stuff. So that part's also important. But I wouldn't want them to do anything Ghibli.
Yeah.
Every anime I'm thinking of is a bit too serious for the Muppets.
But that kind of fits for the Muppets because like that's what they do. They like ape the serious thing. Like they did Treasure Island. They did Christmas Carol.
They did Wizard of Oz, but that sucked, so we don't talk about it.
We don't talk about it.
Now I just want
Death Note.
wicked Muppets.
Yeah, Muppet Death Note.
actually.
Yeah, I can see it. Honestly, what if you just do Netflix's Death Note, but then you just swap out characters for Muppets?
Ooh, I do like that. Yeah.
Light is the human for sure.
Yeah.
Misa Misa is Miss Piggy.
Yeah, of
even
course.
though it would be weird to have her be obsessed with anyone who isn't Kermit, but I think Gonzo is L.
Oh, that's fun.
You need a weirdo.
That is really fun. Yeah.
I know you did it. I'm gonna get you, and this is my wife. He shoots himself out of a cannon to stop L. Rizzo the rat is his I know, isn't it Watari?
Oh yeah.
Either that or Deadly. The one who talks like this.
Yeah. I can see that.
Like an evil butler.
Would Fonzie be Ryuk or would there be another choice?
Well, you need like Kermit needs to be prominent, so it's possible that Kermit would be Ryuk.
I don't. Kermit would be a bad Ryuk though.
Let's get Willem Dafoe.
What if you have both Waldorf and Statler as Ryuk?
They take.
guy thinks he's gonna get away with it. No.
That's fun. What if it's different every time Ryuk is in a scene? We just keep switching out Muppets. and then Light is like, what are you? And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm the same guy from last time.
I'm trying to think of like other things you can like Muppetify.
In anime, I think it's rough.
How would you do a Muppet Akira?
Oh yeah, that could be something.
Yeah.
I'm picturing the Akira slide with Kermit on the little bicycle.
I don't know, there's not a lot of characters. I'm actually
there aren't a whole lot of things to like pull from in Akira.
Yeah, no, Akira doesn't have enough characters. That's why One Piece is good because it has so many characters.
Okay, who would you Muppet in One Piece? Kermit, Luffy, or would you still have like Luffy be a live action dude?
I actually think I would also put Gonzo as Luffy.
Really?
Yeah, I could see that.
Would like Fozzie be Usopp?
Fozzie, Usopp makes sense, absolutely. Chopper actually almost feels like more of a Kobe than any. Sorry, not Chopper.
Chopper's Kobe now.
Kermit kind of feels more like a Kobe.
Oh man, getting like thrown right into the background.
He doesn't need to be the star all the time.
I think for your live, like your token live action person, I think it needs to be Zorro, and he's like the only serious one there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes, that rules.
Zeph is the Swedish chef.
Oh, of course.
still with like the crazy mustache.
Who would be Sanji then?
Sanji?
Who's the hottest Muppet?
Who would be Grump? I think Rizzo's Sanji.
Rizzo Sanji?
He loves food.
You need him to have like the ability to have like a back and forth with Zorro.
Yeah, he can talk shit to anybody.
That's true.
He's from Brooklyn.
Rizzo would absolutely just
Talk shit. Yeah.
talk shit to anybody. Yeah, just anyone.
And he's hitting on everyone. He's trying to romance.
Yeah, and it's really non-threatening when it's Rizzo.
Yeah, he's like, Rizzo.
Pepe is more to hit on people, but like I don't like Pepe as much as Rizzo. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, would Piggy be
Piggy's Nami.
like she could be Nami or she could be Alvida? Like if you're just doing like a quick adaptation of like the first arc.
I wouldn't make her Alvida. I would make her
I would double cast her.
as both.
Yes. It's one shot. It's like, Piggy, everyone is like Nami, this, and this. And then you go to a next shot and all of a sudden Piggy is out of breath and in another costume.
Doing a quick change.
Yeah, it's like disheveled. And then you go back and then she's running back as Nami. And she's still wearing the hat at some point as Nami.
Alvida actually shows up before Nami does, and they don't really interact much.
That's true.
So.
Yeah.
But it is funnier if it's a quick change. So we just do a scene where Nami's introduced early.
Fozzie's Buggy.
Oh, yeah.
Who's Fozzie again?
Fozzie Bear?
Fozzie. I don't know why I forgot him all of a sudden. I think there's so many characters in my brain, I'm like short-circuiting.
You also like only became like acquainted with the Muppets for real recently, so.
You strapped me down like Clockwork Orange and you held open my eyes and we watched all the Muppet movies at once and it changed my life. Thank you for making me better.
Then he started tweeting about how each Muppet would do in bed.
Oh yeah. I made a video of which Muppet
TikTok or something.
I made a TikTok. Which Muppet would I trust with a gun?
I mean, you don't automatically you don't trust Gonzo, right?
I forget what
Man's
my video
bad with
said.
firearms in general.
I
just remember you saying that you would that Miss Piggy was a pillow princess.
I mean, that's the thing.
I feel like she's a little like she likes to take control though,
but not with Kermit.
Yeah, I think she's brash and knows what she wants, but like
she's one of those people who like she like in life she's a dom, but when but you know in the sheets she has a different vibe.
Yeah, she can be switchy. I think like when she gets used to someone and she trusts someone in that way, but I think she wants to be taken care of.
You're right, because like she likes to play up her like being like demure and like flirtatious, so she would be a good Nami.
Yeah.
And she would be a good pillow princess.
So she would be good in bed, actually.
So she would be good in bed.
Just maybe.
I think she'd actually be weirdly attentive.
I'm trying to think like where Kermit fits in like One Piece. You think Kobe?
It's just like the character that most closely resembles his sort of personality. But Scooter would make a better Kobe.
He really would.
Scooter just looks like Kobe.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do sexy Kobe later with Scooter, but
my voice has dropped. I'm hot now.
Kermit's one of those characters where like they I guess they don't need him to be on the main crew because he's not usually like the main character in those like side movie, like the Treasure Island and whatnot.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's prominent, but he's not the main character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would put a side plot in there where Kermit's like, hey, I can't play a big character because I'm learning piano or like something. He already probably knows piano, but like he's learning the harmonica or something, and he's like, I can't be a main character. Can you throw me in? Put me in a bunch of background characters, so then he just can appear a little bit throughout each. So he's still there.
Oh, or he's Roger in the past.
Yeah. Oh, he's Gold Roger.
Yeah.
Kermit D. Frog.
Kermit D. Frog.
And that's the video.
There you go.
So Jesse, I really liked your pitch, but also you didn't do what the person with the gun at your head told you to do. So you do get shot in the face.
Unfortunate.
I shit a fourth time and I die.
But sorry, you have to get shot in the face. Bang! You're dead. Thank you, everybody, for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed the discussion.
Yeah, what would you adapt?
What would you adapt to the live-action anime, and how would you do it? Did you like any of our pitches? Did you agree, disagree? And if you like this video, you can like, you can subscribe, you can
do lots of things.
You can do lots of things. You maybe can hype it. I'm still not sure how that works. I keep not looking it up.
You could have watched it earlier if you're a member.
You could have watched it early if you remember. You can watch the next week's video right now if you remember. But Video's over.
Bye.
Bye.
They could not hear you.
Which Muppet would you trust with a gun?